Hello, hello. Welcome to day 962 of Connecting the Thoughts. Quote for today is lend only what you can afford to lose. Okay, I'm cheating today. I'm cheating because this is probably not something that I have said. It's something that Papa used to say, but of course he spoke in Urdu and I have just translated it. And I'm going to present to you my interpretation of it. And why this thought came up yesterday was because when we were having that conversation with Randy about kindness, Nishi came on board and she spoke about lending. She came on board and asking about how you need to understand who is it that really deserves to be supported, who is it that you need to invest in, as in, share, support, help, because sometimes people take you for granted. So, on that count came this thought that yes, this is what Papa used to say. Papa used to say that lend only what you can afford to lose. So, what does it mean when you're lending somebody something? Good. Lending means welcome name to the conversation. So, lending means that you are giving something, you're lending it with the intention of wanting to have it back. Hi, Cindy. So, with the intention of wanting to have it back because you're lending it, you're not giving it, you're lending it. So, lend only what you can afford to lose. Make sure that when you are giving somebody something with the intention of having it back, you give only that which you can afford to lose. That is, if you lose it, if it's lost, there's no big harm that comes about. There's no big loss that you suffer, because it's important not just from the perspective of peace of mind and self-respect, but also from the perspective of not constantly having to chase after somebody and beginning to feel small, right? When you lend somebody something and then they don't come back to you on time, that's when you begin to have to chase after them. And when you chase after them, you have to feel like, okay, do I really need to keep asking somebody? Because for some of us, to ask somebody back for what they owe us itself feels like, I wish I didn't have to do that. I wish I didn't have to, ask over and over again, and then we feel guilty about it. So, if you've been in that situation where you've had to ask somebody for what they are contributing, or you had to ask somebody, um, yes, Cindy says, my stepfather taught me that years ago. Very helpful tip. Yes, some of us have to have some of us had to learn this the hard way. So in case you're kind of getting there to be that person who keeps giving and then fretting about it, then think over this, that lend only that which you can afford to lose. If it's lost, you don't need to feel like the pressure of the loss, the pressure of the stress. So if it's something that you can give away and then think like, okay, it will come back to me, because yes, you're giving out energy, you're giving some it's green energy at the end of it, you're giving it, so it will come back to you. Eventually it does come back to you. And if it doesn't, it was something that you could afford to lose. So it's like putting a presupposition as you give it out, that yes, if it comes back, yes, I'm ready for it. And if, God forbid, it's lost, as in that particular transaction, then I'm okay with that too. What happens when you let go of that need for it to come back to you? You create room for more things to come into your space. This is how I kind of see this. This is how I decoded it or broke it down for myself, and it's been supporting me through the years. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'd love to hear your thoughts about lending, about losses, and about how you could be more make more conscious choices in terms of what you're giving and what you're lending. There's a difference between the two. And also, how people say, lend me your ears, and you're listening to people. It's also important to understand that when you're lending somebody your ears, when you're truly listening in to what they're saying, what is it? What are the conversations that you would like to lend your ears to? And what are the conversations that you'd like to stay outside of? Because again, if when you lend your ears to somebody, there's a loss of time, there's a loss of attention, there's a loss of energy that is happening. Can you afford that? Can you afford to lose that time, energy, space, and investment of time? As I said, are you willing to do that for certain conversations? Do you want to really lend your ears, or do you want to just decide which ones that you want to be a part of and which ones that you'd like to kind of make sure you respect your boundaries and stay in your space? Cindy says it makes it easier to let go when you don't have the attachment to it. Yes, and when you don't keep an attachment to it, you are also keeping your hands and your space open to receive other blessings. And you're not just chasing after those that you have lent away. So these are my thoughts. Noah, thank you for joining. Hello, he says to everyone. Thank you, guys. If this has been of value to you, please write in comments. I am. I am blessed. I think this is my favorite. I am blessed. In comments, if this has been of value to you, do share the message with anybody that you know would take value from it, because a lot of us, especially as the times are challenging financially now, do tend to go through this issue where we've lent out money to friends, and friends just kind of have disappeared on us, and it's a bit painful because it kind of then begins to impact the relationship. And again, whether it's money, whether it's energy, whether it's your ears, lending your ears to a conversation, just understand and make wise, conscious decisions. So I am blessed. In comments, if this has been of value to you, thank you, Cindy. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's YouTube at ruqyakhan.com. Sorry, at Ruqya Khan, that's the channel. And until tomorrow, keep smiling, keep shining, stay safe, and thank you for connecting the thoughts with me. Thank you so, so much. I am blessed. In comments if this has been of value to you. See you tomorrow.